What's going on, everybody? This your boy Rod, aka J Revelator 313, Gerard Nichols, tapping in with another video. So today I want to talk to you guys as far as with pornography and OnlyFans and why, as men, we should avoid, and women, why everybody should avoid such activity. So let's get into it. So the reason why that porn is here is to be able to, aka what they call spice up sexual activities that you have in your own day-to-day life. But that's the whole complete opposite. As we all know, pornography is something that takes away the essence of people. It's stripping your energy and your soul. So it causes you to be able to think differently as far as what you see within people. You end up not looking at people as people. You look at people as objects, sexual objects, for just your own pleasure. So you want to be able to avoid that stuff at all costs. It's not good for it's not good for the brain. It's not good for your mind. At the end of the day, it will take you into a whole nother world that you don't even want to be in. Things that you never thought you would be into. And that's not good, especially like when you're young. I notice a lot of people at a young age, particularly like maybe 9, 10, 11 years old, discovered pornography. And that was due to the fact that things that we seen on TV. It was an easy access for us to be able to start wondering. It was an implantation in our mindsets to make us start thinking like, what is this all about? So then therefore we get curious and then we start noticing like, oh, so this is what sex is really, it really looks like. And you start diving deeper into that world, and you start looking at certain things that you really should not be looking at. And that's what porn will really do to your mind, bro. It will corrupt your mind, and you don't need that at all. It's a way to be able to destroy what's inside of you as a person. You don't want to strip away that essence. You don't want to take away your sex drive. You don't want to take any way that pornography can destroy you of. It's bad for you. I'm telling you guys, like, just do it to your experience. And me knowing what I know now, as soon to be 25 next month, I'm very thankful that the Most High has showed me things that I needed to see and understand that why pornography is no good for you and that why you need to avoid that stuff at all costs. Because for one, it destroys your social confidence. So you're not as confident in conversations with people as if, you can be once you leave that stuff alone. It makes you socially awkward. It makes you less driven. Pornography can make you become a whole nother person, bro, on the dark side. Like, you don't have that same energy. You don't have the same glow to you. You feel that guilt and shame of every time when you watch that stuff. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree on that part, but, but people who really understand it, they know what I'm talking about. So that's why I was like, you know what? I wanted to change my life for the better. And not only when I do these videos, it's not even just for you guys. I also got to talk to myself as far as like, being staying on the right track. So therefore, I don't slip and fall back into those cracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff is no good. And, once I had started to begin to change my mind a lot, that stuff doesn't even interest you anymore. Like, once you get past that stage and you just spiritually become more aware, you start growing more as a person, that stuff doesn't entice you anymore. You still go through temptations, no doubt about that. I still go through temptations of anything because we're human, we're flesh. But the thing is, what I'm saying is like, once you start to renew your mind, you don't look at certain things the same anymore. It's just like when it's just all about growth. Certain things you just don't look at the same anymore. And it's like, what was the point of me ever needing this? And at the end of the day, all you got to do as a person to fight certain temptations is to fast, pray, and stay busy. Because the devil is always targeting someone that's, you know, just carelessly wandering, just not knowing exactly what they're getting themselves into. You got to always think about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we got to always look deep within ourselves and be like, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. I don't want to keep doing this. And that's when it goes to show, like, you know, you got to call out to the Almighty and let him know, like, Lord, I'm really trying as much as I can to defeat these habits. These habits are not doing me no justice. It's not helping me get anywhere where I need to be in life. I feel like it's a hindrance. Lord, please get me away from these demons and these devils that are trying to take me down and throw me off the right path. They're trying to take me off my pivot. And I was, that's all it takes. It's just once you get really tired of doing something, you're gonna get tired and you're gonna want to change that. And some people don't get tired at all. You'd be surprised. It's just depending on yourself or how you're willing to, be able to fight. If you're willing to fight, if you don't see no wrong in what you're doing, then that's a problem. And you really gotta really evaluate that. And a lot of people have to be reevaluated from other people because you never know when certain people come across you. You never know what kind of force is taking over that person to let you get on some insight. You know what I'm saying? That's just like what happened with Eve. She was up against a spiritual force, which was the devil. The devil's a spiritual force. And he tempted her to be able to bite that forbidden fruit and therefore discover the knowledge of good and evil. That's what happened. And so therefore now we live on this earth knowing of good and evil. And it's a process for a lot of us, especially like while we're young. Like a lot of us are, our minds are still developing and growing. And, you know, we grow every single day to be able to become the best versions of ourselves because that's what we want. We feel the difference when we decide to leave certain things alone. Once we realize that certain things are no longer serving us any good, then that's when we call out and be like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm done with it. This is not serving me no justice. It's hindering me as a person. It's hindering my process because I know the Most High has something greater for me than what I could have ever imagined because he knew us before he formed us in the womb. You know what I'm saying? That's in the scriptures. He knew us before he ever formed us. So it's like we got to take great responsibility once we get here and do what we got to do. So like jumping back into the OnlyFans pornography thing, just imagine you as a man and you paying for some vagina. Hey, and I'm not innocent that I did once. The only thing about that was that the experience was so quick and you lose money. You just lost out on a couple dollars just that fast, just for something that's temporary pleasure, where you're just better off as a man just going and getting you a woman, or going to get you multiple women. If you deal with that, if you practice polygyny, then it is what it is. But the thing is, you got to be able to know how to control your lust. It's good to lust because lust means only desire, but lust can go further than that. It can cause people to become a whore or a whoremonger. So, yeah, you don't want to be able to lose out on certain material items just for the pleasure of seeing something that's virtual. Like, just for an example, a lot of guys right now, and especially like for certain people that I follow on social media, I have noticed that these girls are making buku's amount of money just due to the fact that these guys are enjoying just getting videos sent to them, but they gotta pay for it. Like, just imagine that, like, you gotta pay to see vagina, right? But why? Why? Why would I pay for something that I'm not getting? It's like once my mind started just going through the changes and started to become more of an understanding person, that I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's not worth it, bro. Because at the end of the day, why would you want to do that to yourself? You become poor that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta want to be that man to think that purpose, your purpose comes first before the pleasure. Because once you accomplish things in your purpose day to day, then the pleasures will come in that. And not even just like for sexual reasons, but like just to enjoy life. You get to be able to do more things. You know what I'm saying? You get to be able to relish in the fact that you can, you're feeling more joyous. You're feeling more fulfilled. Because there's always different ways you could feel more fulfilled than sexual needs. And sexual needs is needed. It's necessary for the enjoyment of it, and to also for us to procreate. We need to be able to procreate and continue on the legacy. But as humans, we go through the emotions of just desiring so much more to the fact that it becomes an overload. It becomes no good. It becomes a barrier on us. But it's always about maintaining the balance. But that going back to like the OnlyFans situation, or just women charging dudes to send videos of themselves. Like, these guys are really just getting off of just videos and opposed to just getting the real thing. And the real thing is way better, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, once at the end of the day, you got to think about this. If you're masturbating, right? Think about, the Most High watching you. You got to really think about that. Most High is watching you, and you're just like, damn, like, what am I doing? This is I'm playing with myself. This is what they call it. This is lasciviousness. It's lasciviousness. I'm committing fornication. I'm in an act of fornication because I'm pleasuring myself instead of just going and getting a woman to, we please each other. That's the more natural way to do things, because that's what it is, sexual immorality. So when it comes down to that, anything that's outside of just the sex between a man and a woman is fornication, lasciviousness, sexual immorality, bro. And a lot of people are committing this every single day. And that's why I'm here to be able to, I tell a little bit as far as like what I've been through as far, watching the pornography and paying for certain things and that nature. And like a lot of us ain't innocent. But the thing about it is, a lot of people are not going to talk about it. And once you talk about it, you feel better about yourself. It feels like you release the sin off of yourself. So therefore, you can become clean, and that other people can start to look at themselves differently and realize, like, damn, maybe he's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this and doing that, and like I feel like I'm not as far ahead like I should be, because yeah, that pornography, OnlyFans, whatever people are still into nowadays. Nowadays, it's just draining your energy. You don't have the same amount of energy that you can have once you savor yourself. You save yourself, and you do what you got to do, because the Most High can send people to you that you can have a partner. Whereas men, you can have multiple partners. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, how you practice it, practice polygyny or whatever. But the only thing is, once it comes down to trying to pay for something, you really shouldn't even be doing that. You might as well just go get something for free. You know what I'm saying? Because sex is everywhere. You can get sex anywhere, honestly. You don't need no video, no girl just playing with herself in front of you and stuff like that. Because that's the same thing. Like, now we're in a more technologically advanced world where this artificial intelligence is at a point where it will start to become, let's say, I don't know how I want to say it. It's going to look very realistic, but it's not real. You can end up watching the video and you don't even think, that's not a real person. That's how deep it's starting to become now, with all this AI that's going on out in the world right now. And this stuff has been around for a long time. It's nothing new under the sun, like the Bible states. Stuff like this has been around for a very long time, but it's just now coming out more forwardly. It's more direct, way more, especially like since we got the internet nowadays. But yeah, it's just like it's not worth it, because you're releasing your energy into the spiritual realm of hell, and you're torturing yourself, bro. You got to look up masturbate, mastering, you baiting yourself. You're trapping yourself sexually, trapping yourself when you play with yourself like that. And just look it up. Just like master and bait, trap. You're putting yourself in a trance. You're putting yourself in a trap, bro. And you don't want to do that at all. I'm telling you guys, bro. So, yeah, due to that, it's just like, just leave that stuff alone. Get right. Do what you got to do. accomplish more as a person, set some goals and standards, so therefore you can be able to reach whatever you're looking for in this lifetime, because life is short and tedious, bro. You got to make the best of it. Leave the pornography alone. It is a distraction. That's all it is to it. It's a way for the devil to distract you. He's trying to find ways for people to stop procreating and let life blossom. That's all I got to say on that. Hopefully you guys like, share, and comment this video, my whole channel, whatever you got to do. Follow my Instagram at Gerard, Jerod.Nichols, Nichols. And follow my Snapchat at bd.nj. You know, you can find me on there. And also find me on TikTok at JRevelator, JayRevelator 313. Find me on TikTok as well, because I'll still post content everywhere else except for Instagram. I'm working on Instagram. I'm not too big on Instagram for real, for real. Not like I used to be, but you know, show your support. Throw these videos around, man. Let's get monetized. Let's get out here for real. I want to be able to help people accomplish greater things in life. Let this be a learning lesson for a lot of you people who see this. Like, leave that stuff alone. If you're battling, pray to the Most High somewhere in secret. Let him know, like, hey, Lord, I'm trying to fight through this battle because it's not easy, and I want to become better as a person. Because we're all still going to go through the temptations. We're all still going to have moments where we fail, but all that matters is that, are you going to get back up or are you going to stay down? All right, peace.